Spiritual awakening isn't the culmination, it's the inception. You've just transcended what most individuals spend their entire existence searching for. Ponder this for a moment, the spiritual journey that so many are enamored with, the incessant striving for enlightenment and awakening, that's not the ultimate goal, that's merely the threshold you've traversed. What unfolds subsequently? Once the awakening subsides, it's where the genuine transformation commences. And the intriguing aspect, nobody discusses what ensues thereafter. Nobody informs you how disparate life becomes when you're on the opposite side. You're no longer in the process of awakening, you're emancipated. There will be numerous unexpected, peculiar experiences that occur when your spiritual awakening concludes, the phenomena nobody warns you about, but they're crucial for your journey. Because after awakening, things don't become more effortless, they merely become more authentic. You'd anticipate that following an intense spiritual awakening, life would continue to be dramatic, perpetually filled with omens, synchronicities, and revelations. But one of the most bizarre things that transpires, it all subsides abruptly. Everything feels serene, even mildly vacuous. You might be introspecting, where did the energy dissipate? Where's the exhilaration, the breakthroughs? But this serenity isn't a sign that you're losing your spiritual affinity, in fact, it's the antithesis. It's a sign that you've assimilated everything, you've elevated. This period of calm can be perplexing, even disconcerting. You might feel like you're lacking something or, worse still, like you're regressing. But in reality, this stillness is testament that your spirit has attuned to its new vibrational frequency. There's no longer a need for external tumult to perturb you, because you've already undertaken the necessary work. Now, you're learning how to exist, not to seek, but to be in alignment. The tempest was requisite to perturb the status quo, the calm is where true potency resides. Your spirit may be unshackled, but your body is still acclimating after your spiritual awakening concludes. Something curious happens, you commence to notice alterations in your physical body. It's as if the body lags behind, processing everything at a sluggish rate. You might discover yourself feeling more vital, more alive than ever before, but at other times, you may experience sudden lassitude. What's actually transpiring? Ponder this, your body is the corporeal vessel for the spirit, and even though your spirit has ascended and evolved, your body requires time to adjust. You're literally recalibrating your physical form to harmonize with your new energetic vibration. It's no surprise that during this period, you might experience phenomena like spontaneous changes in diet, sleep patterns, or even physical appearance. Perhaps you notice your skin appearing more radiant or your posture improving, as if your body is responding to this elevated frequency. On the contrary, old aches and pains might resurface, or you could find yourself emotionally overwhelmed out of nowhere. This is your body purging old, dense energy that no longer resonates with your awakened state. Your body becomes a reflection of your spirit's transformation. It can be a sluggish process, but it's undeniable. You are literally metamorphosing on every level. Even emotions that you thought you had healed may resurface, and this can be perplexing. You might think, I thought I was past this. But it's essential to comprehend that after the awakening, the healing process goes even deeper. Your spirit may be unshackled, but the body is still processing the trauma and conditioning of the past. Embrace this phase, it's a sign that true transformation is unfolding. Don't hasten the process, because your body is aligning with the new frequency of your spirit, and as bizarre as these physical and emotional changes may feel, they are testament that you've entered a new stage of your journey. One of the most peculiar things you'll experience after a spiritual awakening concludes is the sudden, profound disconnection from others. It's almost as if the individuals you once bonded with, the locales you once felt comfortable in, no longer resonate with you. And this can be disconcerting, even painful. You commence to wonder why you're so isolated. But here's the crux: this isolation isn't a punitive measure, nor is it a sign that something's amiss. In fact, it's one of the clearest indicators that your vibrational frequency has shifted. You're no longer operating at the same frequency as the individuals around you, and that's why they seem distant, disconnected. What feels like isolation is actually the universe creating latitude for your next level of connections. You might even commence to notice that your closest friends or family members don't seem to comprehend you anymore. They might even pull away or, worse still, dismiss the metamorphosis you've undergone. This can be deeply painful, especially when it emanates from individuals you've loved for years. But here's the verity: the individuals who are meant to continue with you on this journey will ascend to meet you. Those who don't will naturally fall away, not because they are malevolent individuals, but because their time in your life has served its purpose. This disconnection isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. It's an invitation to cultivate deeper, more authentic relationships that align with your new vibrational frequency. You're not alone, you're merely creating latitude for the individuals who are aligned with your next chapter. You might even notice that new individuals suddenly enter your life, people who resonate with your spiritual growth, who seem to comprehend you on a soul level without you even having to elucidate yourself. This is the universe working behind the scenes, aligning you with your true soul tribe. Yes, it feels bizarre and at times profoundly isolating, but the reality is, your spiritual awakening has placed you on a path that not everyone around you can follow, and that's acceptable. The more you align with your new frequency, the more the right individuals will find you, and the disconnection will no longer feel like a burden, but a benediction. The pyrotechnics have ceased, you've stopped chasing omens, but it feels like something's lacking. When your spiritual awakening concludes, one of the most bizarre and most unexpected things happens: the magic, the omens, the synchronicities, they all commence to wane. You no longer behold repeating numbers daily or experience those spiritual highs that once filled you with awe. It can feel like the universe has grown silent. This stillness can leave you feeling perplexed, even questioning if you've lost your connection to the divine. But here's the verity: you haven't lost anything. In fact, the universe no longer needs to vociferate to capture your attention. The silence is the ultimate sign of your growth. You've attained a point where you no longer rely on external omens to feel connected. Think of it this way: before, you required constant reassurance, constant reminders that you were on the right path. But now, you are the path. You've internalized the spiritual wisdom that you once sought outside of yourself. The magic hasn't vanished, it's become an integral part of who you are. You no longer require omens to know you're connected, you are the connection. This transition can be disconcerting. You've grown accustomed to the external signs of your spiritual growth, and now that they're waning, it's easy to feel like something is amiss. But this is actually a sign of maturity. The deeper you progress, the less you require those spiritual highs. You're learning to exist in a state of being, rather than chasing constant spiritual validation. What may feel like a loss of magic is actually the ultimate form of connection. You've ceased chasing, now, you're merely aligned. You no longer require the universe to whisper in your ear, because you've discovered the voice within yourself. Once the awakening concludes, the question becomes, what's next? The answer, a new purpose. Now that your spiritual awakening has concluded, you may find yourself introspecting a potent question: what's next? After all the revelations, the inner healing, and the dramatic shifts in your perception, where do you proceed from here? This is where things become truly intriguing. When you first awakened, the purpose seemed unequivocal: self-discovery, healing, and comprehending your connection to the universe. But now, as you stand on the opposite side of awakening, a new purpose commences to reveal itself. Your purpose now is to embody what you've learned and to create the life that aligns with your highest self. You see, the conclusion of the awakening isn't the terminus of the journey, it's the inception of a new phase where the knowledge and wisdom you've gained must now be applied in the real world. It's no longer about discovering who you are, but existing as your truest self. This new purpose often comes with a potent pull toward service. You may feel a deep desire to assist others on their own spiritual journey, to share the insights you've gained, or to create something that reflects your higher vibration, whether it's through your work, your relationships, or your creative endeavors. Your purpose is no longer centered around seeking, it's about being. The conclusion of awakening is the start of alignment. Your purpose is to exist in harmony with your highest self, and in doing so, you naturally uplift those around you. But this shift can feel bizarre, you're no longer searching, and that can leave a void. However, it's in this void that your new purpose will emerge. It's less about striving and more about embodying. The more you step into your authentic self, the clearer your path will become, and the beauty of this phase, you no longer have to figure everything out, things commence to unfold naturally in perfect alignment with the universe. After awakening, your sensitivity to the energies around you is no longer the same, it's heightened and sometimes overwhelming. One of the most peculiar things that happen when your spiritual awakening concludes is the increased sensitivity to everything around you, people, environments, even objects. It's as if a new layer of awareness has been activated. You might discover yourself sensing the energy of a room before you even enter it, or intuiting someone's emotional state without them articulating a word. This heightened sensitivity can feel both like a gift and a burden. You've always been somewhat aware of energies, but after your awakening, this ability intensifies. You may notice you're more sensitive to noise, crowded spaces, or even certain foods. What you're experiencing is your newly awakened energy field tuning into frequencies that were once imperceptible to you. This isn't a curse, it's your superpower. You are now attuned to a frequency that aligns with your highest self, and anything lower feels like interference. At first, this heightened sensitivity can make you feel uncomfortable, as if you're carrying too much energy that's not your own. But over time, you learn to navigate this new awareness. You develop a deeper understanding of how to safeguard your energy, establishing boundaries that allow you to filter out the noise and focus on what truly matters. This sensitivity also deepens your empathy and intuition. You commence to comprehend individuals on a soul level, seeing beyond their words and actions. It's as if you can intuit their unspoken thoughts, emotions, and even their intentions. This ability allows you to navigate relationships with more clarity, but it also requires you to be mindful of how much energy you're absorbing from others. Your sensitivity is your strength. It's what enables you to navigate life with clarity, empathy, and discernment. The key is learning how to manage it without letting it overwhelm you. This new layer of awareness is one of the most profound and peculiar things to emerge after your awakening concludes. It's a reminder that you've evolved beyond the ordinary senses, stepping into a deeper connection with the world around you. Life after awakening may seem like it returns to normal, but this normal is anything but the same. As your spiritual awakening concludes, you may notice something bizarre. Life around you appears to return to normal. You wake up, go about your day, interact with individuals, and everything seems as it was before. But there's a catch: it feels different, you feel different. And yet, it's almost as if nothing has changed on the surface. This return to normalcy can be one of the most perplexing stages post-awakening. It's easy to think that the transformation is over or that nothing has really changed, but the verity is, everything has changed. You've changed on such a profound level that the external world, while seemingly the same, no longer affects you in the same way. The world hasn't changed, but your perception of it has. What once triggered you no longer does, what once excited you now feels neutral. This is the true mark of transformation. You might notice that you no longer react to situations the way you used to, where you once felt anxious or stressed, now you feel a sense of calm and detachment. Things that once brought you excitement or drama now feel less important, almost trivial. This isn't a sign that you've lost passion, it's a sign that you've outgrown the need for external validation or stimulation. The return to normalcy may feel bizarre, but it's actually a gift. You've mastered the art of remaining grounded, founded in your spiritual truth, even in the midst of mundane life, and that's the most potent outcome of all. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very much appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care, and subscribe for more insightful content.